discrepancy. And looking at that, how do we get to justify our prevalence of HIV, noting the fact that our data is still an issue in terms of with the presentation on the validation, because it's from correct data that we'll be able to say, okay, the state of HIV report, especially the current prevalence of 1.3%. So I would like presenter to justify that area or clarify it. And to Prof, I think it's a good news to hear about the DTG. So how soon do we get that in all our shelves in the facilities so that people can access? And since it goes with, it's capable of withstanding those resistance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. We have 5 questions for Dr. Ehime, 2 for Dr. Peter, and 1 clarification from Prof. Thank you. We have 14 minutes to answer the questions and respond. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I was expecting lots of questions for Prof. But he's just having just one. It's not really fair. Okay, that was on the lighter note. Thank you so much, Helen from Ashwan. Talking about the availability of test kits and what happens to naive pregnant women. Over the years, you bear me witness that NASCP have been on top of our game to ensure that these test kits gets to the nook and crannies where we have service delivery points in this country. So what I presented was not non-availability, but insufficient test kits. There is no XDPs that we've mapped that don't receive test kits. Yes, they may have 1 or 2 challenges and all that, but test kits gets to all of them. So we don't have a situation in country where we have a pregnant woman and she's not, she can't be tested because test kits are not available. We've gone past that. Dr. Zaradin, thank you so much. But my presentation was not on OVC. OVC is a community intervention. However, I'm aware that currently most of the OVC's program, they've started changing their nomenclature. It's not as if they've packed their bags and they've gone. They've just, nomenclature's been changed. They are still there. And in places where you don't have them, I'm aware that currently there's high-level discussions taking place to ensure that they come back on board. But I'm aware of some of them. They just changed their nomenclature. Dr. Modupe, thank you for that very interesting question. The analysis is currently ongoing, so we are really not done. And yes, we'll get the number of children that needed to be tested. Remember that we are doing this in phases. What we just finished is the phase 1. We wanted to enter into the phase 2, but the national coordinator said, no, let's analyze, let's validate what we have. So that's what we are doing currently, to validate our data. So by the time we are done, of course, we'll move into phase 2. So phase 2, we are going to be doing targeted testing. So those children that we missed, we'll have them. We're just going to go straight to test them. Remember, the whole essence of this exercise is to ensure that at the end of the day, we improve our coverage. And like I said, it's a low-hanging fruit for us to explore. Yes, so that phase 2, we already have the methodology. We've mapped it out. So we're just waiting to finish the analysis. Because you can see now from this initial analysis, we're seeing that 50%, they still have issues. So what do we do? So yes, we have the full methodology for that. So for WHO, thank you for the questions you raised. You were asking about if we have the list of pregnant women and all that. Yes, we do. Currently, NASCP is having the ENDAS, and the ENDAS has all the data, aggregate data for all the subsets. So yes, we have that. And you also talked about the inconsistent data about 50% of them witnessed. I think I've just alluded to that in trying to answer Dr. Modupe from UNICEF. The training you talked about, yes, NASCP was part of it. We're part of the facilitators. That training is different from what I presented. What I presented, you saw a lot of capacity building and all that. For the FIT, to be specific, what NASCP did was we used the implementing partners M&E officers. So the training was meant for them so that they could go down, cascade this same training to the facility health care workers so that they can be able to enter data into the enders. So that was the training that we did. Okay. And then, yes, thank you, sir, for your observation. The 1.3 prevalence we have, it was nice. We conducted a very credible, very wide household survey in Nigeria, 2018. So the 1.3 stands. So these discrepancies that I displayed is just for our family index testing. It's one of the strategies that we are trying to explore in trying to get children from people that are already living with HIV. So that was what I displayed, not the general data that comes into the country. I think that, and for the data quality efforts, so NASCP is on top of that. SI team is here. Dr. Mercy is here. She's the head of our SI team. We do frequent DQA to states, and we have state M&E officers. It's just that they are not here. We have their bosses here, the SAPCs, and we do frequent trainings, both physical. We go down to the states, train them, and then we explore a lot of virtual trainings to ensure that the quality of data that enters into the enders can be trusted. So thank you, sir.
Next is Prof. Prof, you have only one question. Maybe I'll give you 1 minute to answer that.
I think babies, whether HIV infected or not, and mothers, whether HIV infected or not, babies are always at the mercy of their mothers. So, mothers, please don't become HIV infected for the first time during gestation. It's not good for your baby. I'm also aware, or I know, that majority of mothers living with HIV, that a baby is developing in their womb is enough adherence counseling for them. If he doesn't mind to live with HIV, he doesn't want that baby inside there to get HIV, so they take their drug. That much we know. But we also know that events do happen and babies still become infected. So the baby is at the mercy of the mother. The baby is also at the mercy of the pharmaceutical companies, because they are there making drugs for the adults, the babies or children. Small population, it doesn't bring them good profit. And it's always lagging behind, so it's a big problem. Also, that is the issue. The only friend that the babies have are the pediatricians. They will do everything to ensure that those babies don't collect side effects, don't do that, and I respect them for that. The DTG is out there. What is? Maybe the pediatrician can clap it for themselves. I respect them anytime, any day, particularly those that call themselves neonatologists, handling one tiny thing like this, and ensure that they secure the life. They are great physicians. The DTG is already there and is now what more than 90% of Nigerians on ARV, including children, are taking. So it's already on your desk, and it's already in the treatment guidelines since 2020, thereabout. So it's not coming, it's already there, and that's what we are using. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, thank you to my ICAP friend. I want to appreciate ICAP support especially for this service integration in the state. You wanted to know why ways to improve documentation on service integration across the facilities. In the MIE parlance, we say what is not documented is not done. And that's why if you see during my presentation, during the assessment, we observe that most of the facilities we visited are having maybe documentation issues. And based on the fact that most of the ad hoc staffs are being used, they are the ones being used for data and the documentation of facilities. So, and in order to overcome this, we are advocating for capacity building, for most of this capacity, most of the MIN staffs at the facilities so that they will improve in documentation. Also, we also trying to harmonize our data reporting and documentation tools across all the facilities so that it becomes easy for them to document and use. And also, we are harmonizing our email systems to have an integrated data reporting system and reporting system so that instead of having different EMR for recipients of care and different from hospitals, we have to integrated EMR that we capture everybody in the facility. So in those ways, we can be able to properly document what's being done across the facilities. For Dr. Meyer, thank you. Wanted to know why the assignment integration have not been, started across all the states. Yes, we have started assignment integration across all the states, but just that the capacity building of healthcare workers, I think it's Nasarawa State they're able to do the capacity building across most of the healthcare workers in the state. Doesn't mean that they have not, other states have not started implementation after a bit. Capacity building, most of the states, as at time we did the assessments, capacity building used to be conducted across the among the healthcare workers. But and in some of the states, here we say no form of integration is happening. Those are states that map out for a follow-up visit, to find out why there is no form of integration, especially in tertiary facilities in I think Plateau, Kogi, and Ondo states. Those are states we are going to do a follow-up visit, find out why, and also perform advocacy and sensitization to the hospital management to ensure that at least integration starts up in those states. Thank you.
Thank you. I think with this, we've come to the end of the session. You would all agree with me that the speakers, they have dealt with the topics and they've really done justice to it. Can we appreciate them for the last time? And then we can also have a group picture. So let's have a group picture.
That was very well moderated. Thank you very much, Dr. Umar Bello. Please, another round of applause for the moderator. And for the presenters, thank you so much, Dr. Ehimen, Dr. Akomu, Dr. Peter. Thank you very much. That was really well delivered. Thank you for the lecture, Dr. Akomu. That seemed like a master class from Dr. Akomu. From Professor. You're a doctor and then a professor. And you're still a doctor. He said I'm correct. Thank you, Professor Akomu. Thank you for that master class. I was paying attention. Thank you, sir. Always good to be educated. Thank you to all the doctors, all the medical professionals here, the pediatricians, like he mentioned, and to all of you in the medical field. Thank you for the work that you do. In fact, on behalf of the citizens of Nigeria, I'd like to celebrate you and thank you. Please put your hands together for yourselves. You're amazing. Thank you. All right, so now it's time for the tea break. You know where we have it, so please go help yourself to some wonderful breakfast. And then when we come back, breakfast or lunch or brunch, tea break, snack, just go help yourself. And then when we come back, we'll come back for the abstract sessions, the presentations, and then the breakout session. And there'll be more. See you soon.
The nighttime, the city wakes a sleepless eye. Hear her voice
tea break is for 30 minutes. We'll be back at 12:30 so that we can close earlier than we did yesterday. We still have a lineup of activities. Thank you very much.
Get me out into the nighttime. Four walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl, she knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare, yeah. If they say why, oh, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? If they say why, oh, tell them that it's human nature. Why, oh, why does he do me that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. Oh, 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 oh. Looking out across the morning, where the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch her shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street, yeah. If they say why, and tell them that it's human nature. Why, oh, why does he do me that way? If they say why, and tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? Oh, I like living this way.